welcome to my channel. My name is Paige. If you've never seen my face before, please consider subscribing before you leave. Also, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. So today, I am very late filming this pregnancy update. The weeks kept getting away from me and things are going on, and it's almost time for me to film the next one. So I've been trying to remember all the things that I wanted to update you guys on. Today is going to be weeks 23 to 27, even though I'll be 30 tomorrow. I want to get these filmed. I love looking back at these, especially if we decide to go for baby 2. I know how you like I said decide. I don't know. But it would be nice to go back and look at the progression of my pregnancy with baby girl. So I definitely want to make sure that I get these filmed, and I like filming them by the month. So we're doing 23 to 27, and quite a bit happened within that 23 to 27 mark. So that 7 months, is that 7 or 6? I don't know. I don't know, but let's go ahead and get started. So one thing that happened during those weeks were the gestational diabetes test, which I passed with flying colors. I actually got like I think there's like a range that you can be between, and I was like on the lower end, so mine was really good. I think my numbers was like 70 or something. I don't even remember what it was. And I was a little worried. I don't know why. I guess just because any kind of test just kind of makes me worried, but like I said, passed it with flying colors. But that test sucked, you guys. Now, I would highly recommend taking it like first thing that your clinic opens. That's like something that you need to do immediately, because you can't really eat anything before you take the test, because they want it to be accurate, because that drink you have to drink is just like straight up sugar water. I mean, it's just, if it wouldn't have been like super cold, there's no way I would have been able to drink it, because it was intense. I mean, it wasn't nasty. I got the orange flavor, so it just kind of reminded me of a flat orange soda. That's pretty much what it was. It wasn't bad. It was tolerable. It was about this big, the little bottle that you have to drink, and you have to drink it within 5 minutes, and they stand there and watch you. So she's like standing there staring at me, and I chugged it down, and homegirl kicked and flipped, and they came in and done the Doppler around that time of her, like about 10 minutes after they had gave me that drink. So her heart rate was up like 160 something. It's been in the 140s. So it was up a little bit. She was living her best life. And then we did an ultrasound after that. And the reason we did that was because we did have a bleeding scare around that 23, 24 week mark. And it freaked me out. So I had started seeing a little bit of like, if you guys have ever seen, there's different discharges and stuff that happens when you're pregnant, and I feel like nobody really prepared me fully for that. So I want to make sure that if you are pregnant, if you're looking to get pregnant, if you are not in this stages yet, I want to help prepare you the best way I know how. So I want to be informative to you and let you guys know exactly what was going on. So there was like little, you know, within like, you have like different mucuses and all the things that are going on down there. So there would be like a little strand of like blood or something every once in a while throughout the day when I would use the bathroom. And they told me not to really worry. They told me not to worry about it pretty much, because if it's not like a heavy period blood and you don't fill up a pad, or you don't even see it in your underwear, then it's not really anything to worry about. And I hadn't really seen any like bright red. This was like kind of old blood, or it was like very faintly pink. So I never really seen any red until this day. So this was around the 4th of July. We went home for homecoming. If you've seen that vlog, then you kind of know what happened within that, because I told what was going on that week, because that's the week I had to go to the hospital. So I did a lot of moving in those past in the previous 2 days. So that was a Monday and a Tuesday. I had a lot going on. We were doing a lot. So I knew on Wednesday I was going to take a break, put my feet up, and just chill. But I noticed Tuesday night I seen a little bit of spotting. It wasn't a lot, and it wasn't red. But then by Wednesday morning, it was still there. It was still about the same amount. And then around lunchtime, I seen a clot. And when I said clot, it was like not even enough to cover like my pinky nail. Like it wasn't a lot, but it was red and it was bright and it was new blood. And that freaked me out. So I'm like, where is that coming from? Like, where is that clot coming from? A clot is tissue. Like, where is this coming from? So I was trying to not panic, and I called the doctor. And since we were out of town, they said if it would make me feel better, check out urgent care. But urgent care couldn't do anything because they don't have any kind of machines at all to even check like a baby or, you know, pregnant, anything. So we ended up having to go to the emergency room, and they hooked me up to the monitors. They didn't do an ultrasound. I guess they didn't see a need to do one. So they just hooked me up to the monitor, and they just watched her heart rate and everything, and she sounded really good. She was still kicking and moving. As soon as I got to the hospital, I stopped bleeding. I'm like, but I ended up finding out I had another yeast infection. That's the second one I've had. That's another thing that's like super easy to get when you're pregnant, and I did not know that. I got one around like the very beginning of me finding out I was pregnant, and then I got that one. And what sucks is the medicine you have to take, because you can't take medicine. You have to take cream. And when I say take cream, you have to insert the cream for 7 days. So there's that. And I also had, I think it was called bacterial vaginosis, which I'm assuming is why I was bleeding. And the doctors never said why there was blood. And when she went down there and looked, because homegirl looked, she didn't see any new blood. She said she just seen like a little bit of old blood, nothing new, everything was fine. That's when she figured I had a yeast infection, because she seen the yeast. So then when I went to that glucose test appointment with my actual doctor, she wanted to do an ultrasound because I was still seeing a little bit of blood here and there even after I had took that medicine. So that's when they went into an ultrasound, but everything was perfect. My cervix looked good, the placenta looked good, all that stuff looked good, the baby looks good. So yeah, everything was fine, and I haven't bled anymore, thank God. But at this point, if I did, I'm not going to be, you know, like extremely worried if it's not an excessive amount. And plus we're getting towards the end of this, so I'm just like, if I start, I mean, she just might be ready to come on out. That was my thing. I looked at the doctor and I said, do you think that she's gonna last for 40 weeks? I feel like she's gonna come early. Like, I keep thinking she's coming in September. I don't know why I keep thinking that. I feel like she's not gonna be an October baby. She's gonna be a September baby. I don't know why I keep having that, like, that thought. But when I told the doctor, she's like, yeah. Like, she just nodded her head and agreed with me, and I'm like, Mama was with me at the appointment, and I told her, I said, did you see her when I asked her about that? Like, she didn't even, like, she didn't say, no, you'll be fine, and blah, blah, blah. She didn't say nothing. I don't know how much she weighs. I have no idea. At the ultrasound, I was supposed to ask to see like what they were like estimate, and I didn't even think to ask. And I thought I had a doctor's appointment today, pregnancy brain. I have one next Thursday, and then after that one I go every 2 weeks. Is that not crazy? So at first you go every 4, then you go every 2, then you go every week. This is crazy. So I go next Thursday, and I'll make sure to ask if they could tell me how much she weighed at the last one, which I'm sure doesn't even really matter now, because that's been 3 or 4, that's been 3 weeks ago, so I'm sure she's a lot bigger, which you can tell by the size of my bump. I have an official bump. If you guys have been following along for this entire pregnancy, you know that the struggle's been real, and I've been like, I don't really look pregnant. And anytime I tell somebody how far along I am, they don't believe me. They think that I'm like 5 months and not almost 8 months. I am almost 8 months, which is so crazy. I think next week. I don't even know. I don't know how. I have to go back and look at the calendar. But yeah, so nobody believes me. It's just now starting to like round out. And as of my last doctor's appointment, I have gained 10 pounds this whole time. So haven't had much weight gain. Obviously she's taking it all, like literally anything that I've gained is going right there. I haven't grown really anywhere else. My arms are the same, my legs are like, everything's pretty much the same. We like to call it all baby. So I I feel pretty blessed as far as that goes, because I didn't want to put on a bunch of weight because I knew that it would suck so bad on my body. Because of my knees and my back, I was just like, there's no way, me being so short-waisted and short, that I'll be able to carry that much weight around and not be put like on bed rest or something. So very blessed that sis has she's taken all her nutrients, so she's getting to be, you know, the size she's supposed to be, even though I don't know what that is. Hopefully I'll find out sometime. I don't know. We did schedule a 4D ultrasound that will happen next weekend. Really excited about that. Hopefully she cooperates so I can see her face. As of the last ultrasound that we did at the doctor's office, she's still breached. So, I mean, she still has up until 32 weeks to get turned around. I don't know where she's located. I've been trying to like kind of figure it out because she's made a couple like big moves in there, and then the movements will be different. But at the ultrasound, her head's literally like right behind my belly button. So they were trying to make me move to get good pictures of her. So I don't know. Here lately, she's been pushing herself so close up to my belly. Like she just props and pushes, and you can feel something. I'm like, is that her knee? Is it her butt? Her head? Like, it's just hard. And I'm gonna insert some clips of her moving in there so you guys can see her. She's very active. Last night she was super active, and I'm just like, girl, what are you doing? So that's very reassuring, because if you've ever had a loss, or even not had a loss, I feel like pregnancy is just an anxious thing. It's super exciting, and it's such a blessing to be able to carry a baby, but it's also stressful. And because you're worried that you're doing enough for the baby, that you're taking care of the baby and yourself, and you're doing everything you possibly can, and you're always trying to make sure that they're happy and they're healthy. So you know, there's moments where I'm like, I don't know if I felt her move a whole lot, or you know, you start sort of doubting yourself and getting worried. And that totally sucks, but she is super active pretty much all throughout the day, and I've kind of got it down to the point that I know how I can like sit to get her to move, so it like just reassures me that everything's fine. We're so excited. We're so excited to see her. So I do have some pictures from the 26 weeks and 4 days last appointment that I had. So I wanted to show y'all some of them. Her ankles were crossed. You can see her crossed little ankles there on that one. She's already being dramatic. And you can see her blowing bubbles in there. It looks, I didn't even know that they could do that, so I thought that was pretty neat. But you got a pretty good profile of her. She looks like she's got pretty full lips, so, and a little button nose. I can't tell as far as like the rest of her face, so I'm excited for this 4D scan. I think that she has my bottom lip and Cody's top lip and Cody's nose. Cody doesn't have like a full pouty bottom lip. I do, so every time I look at that lip, I'm like, that's my lip. So I don't know. And Cody has a cleft chin, so I'm interested in seeing if she has a cleft chin, if she's got dimples like her mama. I don't know. I don't have like a preference as far as what she looks like. I would love for her to have my dimples, her dimples, whatever. I would love for her to have dimples, or at least one of our kids to have dimples. I know it's kind of like a, technically they call dimples like an accident, kind of like a defect or something. I don't know, but I love them, so I'm hoping she gets dimples. If not, that's totally okay. I'm not one of those that's like, oh, I want her to look like me, I don't want her to look like her daddy, because I got messages from people on Instagram and they were like, you're gonna carry her for 9 months and she's gonna look just like her daddy. And I'm thinking, that is totally fine. I love her daddy. I love him so much, and I want her to look like him. Like, I want to be able to look at her and I'm like, you look just like your daddy. I love that. I mean, her daddy's beautiful. So I ain't gonna hate at all if she looks just like her daddy. But just looking at this, just looking at the profile, I have no idea what she's gonna look like. And Cody's thinking that maybe we shouldn't have done a 4D because he wants to be surprised. And I'm thinking, Cody, we're still gonna be surprised. But these 4Ds are not like that clear. I mean, I know they're pretty good, but you still don't know the color of their skin, their eyes, their hair. All that's gonna be a surprise. And she's still gonna change because we're going at 31 weeks for this ultrasound. She's still got weeks to add on some fat and her face will look different, and I mean, you just don't know. We don't know, but I'm super excited for that appointment. Like I said, hopefully she cooperates. I'm gonna eat before we go. Hopefully she'll be rocking and rolling and ready, because maybe she won't be hiding behind my belly button. And we're really praying that this child turns around like she's supposed to. We'll find out here shortly. Obviously, I will keep you guys updated on all of that. Other than that hospital scare, really nothing major changed or happened within the 23, 27 week mark. So don't have much to update you on besides that. We're pretty blessed and super excited to see this baby. So make sure you come back for my next update. I will have 4D pictures to show in that one. I'm super excited about that. And if you have any questions in regards to my pregnancy or anything about baby girl, you can leave those comments down below and I will do my best to answer them. Like I said, if you have not subscribed yet to join our family, make sure you hit that little red button down there to be a part of our family here. Also, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one, y'all. Have a beautiful and blessed day. Bye.